Mike Tyson was a fighter, in a manner befitting of Alexander the Great. Tyson became king of the ring at the age of 20, all opponents vanquished in brutal fashion. Tyson used both his natural talents and the style instilled by D'Amato to great effect. Devastating power and non-stop aggression intimidated opponents. The speed he possessed was obvious. His build afforded him less distance to his target and made it easy for him to destroy his rivals. Join us as we unveil the 10 times that Mike Tyson humiliated opponents in the ring versus Marvis Frazier. The fight between Tyson and Frazier Jr. was a complete massacre. To prime Tyson, he was simply another scalp that he had to take. Frazier, for his part, like every other mid-80s heavyweight, was underestimating the young Mike Tyson. Stylistically, prime Tyson was obviously the wrong opponent, and the fight turned out to be a complete mismatch. Some of the blame surely lies with Joe Frazier, who again overmatched his own son at the wrong time. Tyson knocked out Frazier Jr. within 30 seconds of round 1.
And Marvis is hurt!
Versus Robert Calais. Tyson earned the second quickest win of his career, 0.37 seconds. After being hit by a left hook, Calais attempted to get to his feet, yet such was the force of the blow that his legs wobbled as he stood up just before the count. Fortunately, referee Ted Pick had seen enough. Tyson quickly earned the respect of the fight community. He was cursed with a short stature, but blessed with a great amount of natural core strength. Similarly, his stocky legs also happened to be blessed with natural strength.
Left hook, good night.
Versus Lou Savarese. Tyson knocked out Lou Savarese and floored the referee within 38 seconds of going into the fight.
First minute will be very... Mike's only got one speed. It's fast forward.
Within seconds!
The fight was over before it even began. Savarese was actually a solid opponent who had gone the 12-round distance with an aged George Foreman. But the vintage skills that Tyson showcased confused the Italian-American. After delivering a left hook that sent Savarese sprawling, Tyson trying to land more blows and actually maneuvered around the official and threw a left hook which missed Savarese and clobbered the referee, sending him briefly to the canvas. Versus Michael Johnson. This was one of Tyson's most brutal professional KO. It was set up by a vicious left hook to Johnson's side. The left hook was so hard that it sent Johnson to the ground for his first knockdown of the night. Had that right hook Tyson threw after it connected, it probably would have been game over right there. But Johnson got back up and Tyson came steaming in once again. Seconds later, he connected with a savage punch that immediately ended the fight. It was the 8th win of Tyson's career and the 6th loss of Johnson.
I'm glad you pointed it out because down he goes, the left hook.
Versus Ricardo Spain. Maybe the secret to fighting Tyson was to get out of there as quickly as possible. Hit with a solid right hand, Spain was on the ropes to bring himself off the deck. Tyson ended the fight with a left to the side of Spain's head. At exactly 39 seconds into the first round, Spain was on the floor. Tyson was special from the beginning. He had genetic gifts and potentials that were honed and maximized by his boxing training. His punching power and hand speed were God-given. The boxing training and physical training allowed Tyson to maximize his God-given talents. Versus Trevor Burke. Trevor Burke was brave and tough, a true old-school warrior. In the first round, he tried to engage Tyson, but Tyson was all over him and staggered him with a 4-punch combo. The second round started with Tyson going off with a flurry of unanswered punches, knocking Trevor down. He got back up, but from then on, he wasn't really fighting. He was just trying not to get knocked out. The left hook that put Burke down didn't look that hard and wasn't even to his jaw, but it did the job. Burke's legs were jelly and that was it. Versus Francois Botha. The fight with Botha marked Tyson's long-awaited re-entry onto the heavyweight scene, following his lengthy ban after the notorious bite fight with Holyfield. Botha entered the fight with an impressive record of 4-3, 3-1-1-25. Botha himself was the heavyweight champion when he beat Axel Schultz for the vacant IBF title, but was later disqualified for the use of drugs. Throughout the fight, Botha was ahead on all scorecards until Tyson connected with one tremendous right hand that finished the match. That single punch settled the matter. Botha was badly hurt and failed to beat the count. Versus Tony Tubbs. Mike Tyson met with Tony Tubbs on May 3, 1998. The fight took place in Japan, and Tyson won via a second-round TKO. At that time, Tyson was the undisputed world heavyweight champion, and he defended his title in a grand style. It was rare for a big guy to be so fast, and Tyson was fast. And although Tyson was known as being a big puncher, his speed was his most damaging weapon. He had the speed to put rapid-fire punches together and to counterpunch with deadly accuracy. The speed enabled him to get his power where he wanted it. Versus Frank Bruno. The rematch between the pair took place 8 years after their first fight. Time had not been kind to Tyson, who was a caricature of who and what he had been. Whether Bruno could have taken advantage of that will never be known. He suffered a severe eye injury inflicted by Tyson in the first round. After 2 more rounds of beating, with Frank trying to protect his eye, the fight was stopped. Bruno retired afterwards, after his doctor told him he risked blindness if he was hit in that eye again. Versus Michael Spinks. Tyson versus Spinks was the most hyped boxing match, but it lasted a whole minute and 30 seconds. Spinks was older, but he wasn't an old man at 31, and he was undefeated at that point. Spinks' major problem was fear. Not that he would have won, but Spinks might have gotten to the mid or later rounds. And that wraps it up for today's video. Don't forget to like, share, and drop your comments. See you in the next video.